Have you ever cracked open an egg and wondered if you might be holding the secret to better health right there in your hands? For decades, eggs have been called both heroes and villains. One day they're praised as the perfect superfood, and the next they're blamed for heart disease and high cholesterol. No wonder so many people are confused. But what if I told you that eating just 2 eggs a day could bring surprising changes to your body? Some of them good, and yes, some of them that you'll want to keep an eye on. By the end of this video, you'll know the truth about eggs, the kind of truth that could change the way you look at breakfast forever. Before we dive in, let me ask you a question. First of all, tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there right now. I love seeing our community grow all across the United States and even around the world. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. It really makes this feel like we're sitting together and having a real conversation. Now, here's what you can expect. We're going to count down from number 13 all the way to number 1, uncovering what really happens inside your body when you make eggs a daily habit. Some of these benefits might surprise you, from sharper memory to glowing skin, from stronger muscles to even living longer. And yes, we'll also talk about the risks, because it's important to see the whole picture. But before we get rolling, I need to share a quick disclaimer. The information in this video is for educational purposes only. It's based on open sources and scientific studies, but it's not medical advice. Everyone's body is unique, so please check with your doctor before making any big changes to your diet. And while you're here, if you enjoy learning about simple, natural ways to stay healthy as you age, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you never miss a new video. We're building a community of people who want to stay active, strong, and vibrant, no matter their age. All right, let's get started with number 13 on our list. The treasure inside. The shell. When you look at an egg, it doesn't seem like much. Just a smooth little oval that fits in the palm of your hand. But inside that shell is a nutritional treasure chest that your body can unlock with every bite. Think about this for a moment. One large egg has only about 78 calories. That's less than a slice of toast. And yet, within those calories, you're getting 6 full grams of high-quality protein. Not just any protein either. This is complete protein, with all the essential amino acids your body needs but can't make on its own. That's why athletes, bodybuilders, and even doctors often call eggs nature's protein pill, and protein is just the beginning. Crack open that yolk and you'll find vitamins like A, B12, D, E, and even K. Each one of these plays a special role. Vitamin A protects your vision and strengthens your immune system. Vitamin B12 keeps your brain sharp and your blood healthy. Vitamin D supports strong bones, something many seniors are concerned about. And vitamin E, that's your built-in antioxidant, fighting off damage that makes you age faster. Eggs also carry important minerals: phosphorus for your teeth and bones, selenium to protect your cells from stress, and one that often flies under the radar, choline. Choline is like food for your brain. It helps your memory, supports your mood, and keeps your cells working smoothly. In fact, eggs are one of the best natural sources of choline you can find. Now, I want you to pause and imagine this. You sit down in the morning with 2 simple eggs on your plate. You might fry them, scramble them, or boil them. In just a few minutes of eating, you've given your body fuel for your muscles, building blocks for your skin, nutrients for your brain, and antioxidants for your cells. All that from something so simple and affordable, sitting in almost every refrigerator in America. So the next time someone tells you eggs are just ordinary breakfast food, you can smile and think to yourself, if only they knew what's really inside that shell. And speaking of myths, let's move on to number 12, where we tackle one of the biggest fears people have about eggs: cholesterol and heart health. For many years, eggs carried a heavy burden. Doctors, diet books, even morning talk shows warned people that eating eggs would clog their arteries and send their cholesterol through the roof. Some of you may even remember throwing away the yolks and keeping only the whites because you were told the yellow part was dangerous. But here's the surprising truth. For most healthy people, The cholesterol in eggs doesn't actually raise your blood cholesterol in a harmful way. Your body is smarter than that. When you eat more cholesterol from food, your liver simply makes less of it to balance things out. It's like a thermostat in your home. When it gets too warm, the system shuts off. Even better, eggs can actually help raise your HDL cholesterol. That's the good cholesterol, the kind that sweeps through your arteries like a cleaning crew, carrying away the extra and keeping your heart protected. And those bright golden yolks? They're rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These powerful nutrients help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which play a big role in heart disease. Now, I know some of you may still feel cautious, especially if you've been told by your doctor to watch your cholesterol. And that's smart. Always follow your doctor's guidance. But the research today is very different from what we believed 30 or 40 years ago. In fact, studies now suggest that up to 1 egg per day may actually reduce the risk of heart problems in healthy individuals. Let me put it this way. If you're enjoying a balanced diet filled with vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy proteins, then 2 eggs at breakfast aren't likely to hurt your heart. On the contrary, they may be part of what keeps it strong. So maybe it's time to let go of the old fear that eggs are the villains of the breakfast table. Instead, think of them as allies for your heart, as long as you enjoy them in balance with the rest of your diet. Now that we've cleared up the cholesterol confusion, let's move to number 11. This one might surprise you because it's not about what's happening inside your heart or brain. It's about how you look on the outside. Now let's talk about something we can all relate to, how we look and feel on the outside. Because the truth is, what you put inside your body shows up in your hair, your nails, and your skin. And believe it or not, eggs can be a quiet little beauty secret hiding in your fridge. Think about your nails for a second. Have you ever noticed them becoming thinner, more brittle, or even splitting as you've gotten older? That's often a sign your body isn't getting enough protein or certain vitamins. Eggs step in here with both. They provide the protein-building blocks your nails need, plus a healthy dose of biotin. That's vitamin B7, which is famous for strengthening nails and giving them more resilience. And what about your hair? Many people spend money on expensive shampoos, oils, and treatments, but your hair's strength starts from the inside. The protein in eggs helps build keratin, the very structure of your hair. Over time, getting enough of these nutrients can mean stronger, shinier strands. But it's not just hair and nails. Your skin gets in on the benefits too. Eggs contain vitamin A, which supports healthy oil production in your skin and encourages fresh cell growth. That means your skin has a better chance of staying hydrated and firm rather than dry and dull. On top of that, minerals like zinc and selenium act like tiny bodyguards, fighting off the free radicals that speed up wrinkles and aging. And here's something most people never think about. Choline, that nutrient we talked about earlier, also plays a role in skin health. It helps maintain the structure of your cells, which is part of what keeps your skin smooth and youthful looking. So the next time you look in the mirror and notice your nails cracking, your hair thinning, or your skin looking a little tired, don't just think about lotions or serums. Think about what's on your plate. 2 eggs a day might be doing more for your appearance than the most expensive products on the shelf. Now we've talked about beauty, but let's move to something even more powerful, the strength of your muscles. Because at number 10, eggs prove why they've been trusted by athletes and bodybuilders for generations. One of the biggest concerns many seniors share with me is muscle loss. You may have noticed it yourself. Tasks that used to feel easy, like carrying groceries or climbing stairs, start to feel harder. That's not just aging. It's often something called sarcopenia, the natural decline of muscle mass as we get older. But here's the good news. What you eat can make a real difference. And eggs are one of the most powerful foods to fight back. Each egg comes with all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body can't make on its own. They're the raw materials your muscles need to repair, recover, and grow stronger. One amino acid in particular, leucine, plays a starring role. Think of leucine as the on switch for muscle building. Without it, your body struggles to repair muscle tissue, especially after exercise or even after a long day of moving around. And here's why eggs stand out. Not only do they have this complete protein, but your body can absorb it quickly and efficiently. That means when you enjoy a couple of eggs after a morning walk, a yoga session, or even some light resistance exercises, your muscles get exactly what they need right when they need it. But protein isn't working alone here. Eggs also bring along iron and phosphorus to support muscle function, and B vitamins to keep your energy levels steady. And let's not forget vitamin D, which becomes even more important as we age. Low vitamin D is linked to weaker muscles, more falls, and even fractures. Having eggs regularly can help you stay steady, balanced, and strong. Now, I'm not saying eggs will turn you into a bodybuilder overnight, but they can give your muscles the tools they need to fight the natural decline that comes with age. And if you're someone who wants to keep gardening, dancing, golfing, or simply getting up from your chair without struggle, eggs might just be one of your best allies. So, we've seen how they can keep you stronger. But what about helping you live longer? That's right. At number 9, eggs have a surprising connection to longevity. If you ask most people what they want as they get older, the answer is almost always the same. I just want to live a long, healthy life. Not just more years, but better years. More time with family, more time to travel, more time to enjoy the simple things. And believe it or not, those 2 eggs you eat each day might quietly be helping you move toward that goal. Here's why. Longevity isn't about one single nutrient. It's about protecting your body from the slow, silent damage that builds up over time. Eggs play a role in that because they're packed with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These little protectors reduce the inflammation and oxidative stress that speed up aging at the cellular level. In plain language, they help your cells stay younger longer. But there's more. Eggs are rich in choline, which supports brain health and even helps prevent fat from building up in the liver. That's important, because fatty liver disease is becoming increasingly common, especially in older adults, and it can quietly chip away at your health without obvious symptoms. The protein in eggs also helps you maintain muscle mass, which is one of the strongest predictors of living a longer, independent life. When older adults lose too much muscle, it leads to weakness, falls, and a lower quality of life. Eggs help slow that process by giving your muscles the fuel they need every single day. And let's not forget the bigger picture. Diets rich in antioxidants, high-quality proteins, and healthy fats, all things found in eggs, have been linked to lower risks of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. So maybe longevity isn't just about avoiding disease. Maybe it's about giving your body the steady supply of nutrients it needs to keep going strong year after year. And something as simple as adding 2 eggs to your daily diet might be part of that formula. Now, living longer is wonderful, but many of you are also thinking, what about my weight? That brings us to number 8, where eggs might just be the secret to losing weight without feeling deprived. Let's be honest. Trying to lose weight can feel like punishment, sometimes. Smaller portions, constant cravings, and that nagging sense that you're always hungry. But here's where eggs can make the journey a whole lot easier. 2 eggs in the morning may be one of the most powerful tools for weight management, without the feeling of deprivation. Here's why. Eggs are loaded with high-quality protein, and protein has a special effect in the body. It triggers the release of hormones like peptide YY and CCK, which tell your brain, I'm full, I don't need more right now. That means you're less likely to reach for the chips or cookies later in the day. And unlike a bowl of sugary cereal or a stack of pancakes, eggs won't cause your blood sugar to spike and then crash. Instead, they digest slowly, giving you steady energy that can last through the morning. That stable energy keeps you from feeling the highs and lows that often lead to emotional eating. There's also something called the thermic effect of food. In simple terms, It means your body actually burns more calories digesting protein than it does digesting carbs or fats. So when you eat protein-rich foods like eggs, you're not just filling up, you're nudging your metabolism to work a little harder for you. Think about this. 2 large eggs are only about 156 calories total. That's less than many so-called diet bars or fancy shakes, and yet they leave you feeling satisfied and fueled. If you pair them with some vegetables or a slice of whole grain toast, you've got a meal that's both filling and balanced. So, if you're someone who's tried diet after diet and felt frustrated, maybe the solution doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe it's as simple as starting your day with 2 eggs. But here's something most people overlook. Eggs don't just help with your waistline, they can also protect one of your most precious senses. At number 7, let's talk about how eggs shield your eyes from damage you might not even see coming. Now let's talk about something that becomes more and more important as the years go by. Your eyesight. Because what good is living longer if you can't clearly see the faces of your loved ones, the words in your favorite book, or the beauty of a sunset? Here's the good news. Eggs contain powerful nutrients that can help protect your eyes for the long run. Inside that golden yolk are 2 antioxidants you may not have heard much about: lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of them as natural sunglasses, built right into your diet. They filter out the harmful blue light that comes from computer screens, smartphones, and even sunlight. That's especially important today, when so many of us spend hours looking at glowing screens. But the benefits don't stop there. These antioxidants concentrate in the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp central vision. By protecting this area, they can lower your risk of age-related macular degeneration, which is one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. They also help prevent cataracts by shielding the lens of your eye from oxidative stress. And of course, eggs still provide vitamin A, which is vital for producing a substance called rhodopsin. That's what allows your eyes to adjust in low light. Ever struggled to see clearly when driving at night? Getting enough vitamin A can make a big difference. Now imagine this. While you're enjoying a simple breakfast of scrambled eggs, you're also protecting your vision for the years ahead. It's like an investment in your future, one bite at a time. So the next time you crack an egg, remember, you're not just feeding your body, you're giving your eyes a shield against the silent wear and tear of aging. And speaking of the brain, let's head into number 6. Where we'll uncover how eggs can sharpen your memory and help you stay focused, even as the years go by. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or maybe you've misplaced your keys and found them hours later in the refrigerator? Don't worry, you're not alone. As we age, little memory slips become more common. But here's the exciting part. What you eat can actually support your brain, and eggs are one of the best foods for the job. The secret lies in a nutrient called choline. Choline isn't talked about much, but it's essential for your brain cells. It helps produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in memory, focus, and learning. In fact, 2 eggs provide about 125 milligrams of choline, which is a significant portion of what you need in a day. Think of choline as brain fuel. Without enough of it, your mental engine sputters. But when you get plenty, your mind has the energy it needs to stay sharp and alert. That's why people who include eggs regularly in their diet often notice improved focus and clearer thinking. Eggs also come packed with B vitamins like B6, folate, and B12. Together, they support healthy nerves and help lower homocysteine, a compound linked to memory decline and even neurodegenerative diseases. Lowering homocysteine is like clearing roadblocks from the pathways your brain uses to communicate. Here's a simple picture. Imagine your brain as a light bulb. Over time, the light can start to flicker, but nutrients from eggs, choline, B vitamins, and antioxidants help keep the connection strong so the bulb keeps shining brightly. So the next time you sit down to enjoy a couple of eggs, you're not just feeding your body, you're investing in your memory, your focus, and even your mood. That's a pretty powerful return for such a humble food. And now that we've fueled the brain, let's move on to number 5, where eggs act like a hidden army, strengthening your immune system in ways you might not expect. If the past few years have taught us anything, it's how important a strong immune system really is. Viruses, bacteria, seasonal colds, they're always out there. And as we get older, our immune defenses naturally weaken. But here's where eggs step in again, acting like tiny soldiers that help strengthen your body's first line of defense. Let's start with vitamin A. It doesn't just help your vision, it also keeps your mucous membranes healthy. These membranes line your nose, mouth, and respiratory tract, forming the very first barrier against germs trying to get inside. Think of vitamin A as the lock on the front door of your home, keeping intruders out. Then there's vitamin B12. Most people know B12 is important for energy, but it also supports the production of immune cells, including lymphocytes, the very cells that hunt down and destroy harmful invaders in your body. Without enough B12, your immune army simply doesn't have enough soldiers. Eggs also contain selenium, a mineral that often gets overlooked. Selenium helps your body create special enzymes that neutralize toxins and reduce damage caused by stress and illness. It's like giving your immune army stronger shields and better weapons. And let's not forget vitamin D. This one is particularly important for seniors because many older adults don't get enough sunlight to make it naturally. Vitamin D directly influences the immune system, helping it respond appropriately, strong enough to fight infections, but balanced enough not to overreact and cause inflammation. So picture this. 2 eggs a day might be giving you the exact combination of nutrients your body needs to stand strong against colds, flus, and even more serious threats. Not bad for something you can whip up in just a few minutes for breakfast. Now that we've talked about your immune army, let's shift to something just as critical, your blood sugar. At number 4, we'll see how eggs can help keep your energy steady and your cravings under control. Let's talk about something that affects almost everyone, not just people with diabetes: blood sugar. When your blood sugar swings up and down, you feel it. You might notice sudden fatigue, irritability, or those mid-afternoon cravings that seem to come out of nowhere. And over time, those ups and downs can damage your health in very serious ways. Here's where eggs come in. Eggs have almost zero glycemic impact. That means they don't cause a spike in your blood sugar after eating. Instead, they digest slowly and release energy steadily, giving your body a smooth ride instead of a roller coaster. When you pair eggs with other healthy foods, say, some vegetables or a slice of whole grain toast, you're creating a meal that helps keep your blood sugar stable for hours. No sudden crash, no desperate need for a sugary snack just to make it to dinner. There's also evidence that eating eggs regularly may improve insulin sensitivity. In plain English, that means your body becomes better at using the insulin it already produces. And that's important because poor insulin sensitivity is one of the earliest signs of metabolic trouble. And here's a bonus. Because eggs are so filling, they naturally help you eat fewer ultra-processed foods, the very snacks and sweets that send blood sugar soaring. So by adding eggs, you're not just stabilizing your energy, you're crowding out the junk that makes things worse. So the next time you're reaching for breakfast, ask yourself, do I want to set myself up for steady energy or a sugar crash? A couple of eggs might be one of the simplest choices you can make to keep your body on track. Now, speaking of choices, let's move on to number 3. Because the way you prepare your eggs makes a huge difference in how much nutrition you actually get. You know, one of the most overlooked parts of eating healthy isn't just what you eat, it's how you prepare it. And with eggs, the cooking method can make a big difference in how many nutrients your body actually absorbs. Let's start with boiled eggs. Simple, clean, and efficient. Boiling keeps most of the nutrients intact, especially in the yolk, because the cooking temperature is gentle. A hard-boiled egg is almost like a little vitamin capsule wrapped in protein. Poached eggs are another fantastic choice. They're cooked in hot water without oil or butter, which means you're not adding any extra fat. And because poaching is gentle, delicate nutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin are better preserved. If you've never tried a poached egg over a slice of whole grain toast or some sautéed spinach, you might be missing out on one of the healthiest breakfasts around. Now, scrambled eggs can be perfectly healthy too, as long as you prepare them wisely. A little bit of butter or oil is fine, but if the pan is swimming in grease, you're adding unnecessary calories. The real trick is to toss in some vegetables like peppers, onions, or spinach. Not only does it add fiber, but it also turns your eggs into a nutrient-packed meal that keeps you full for hours. But here's one method to be careful with: eating eggs raw. Some people swear by raw eggs because they've seen athletes in old movies gulping them down. But in reality, it's risky. Raw eggs can carry salmonella, which is especially dangerous for older adults. Plus, raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which actually blocks your body from absorbing biotin, the very vitamin that supports healthy hair and nails. So really, you're losing out on the benefits. So here's the takeaway: boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled are your best bets for getting the most nutrition out of your eggs. Think of it this way: the closer you stay to the natural, simple preparation, the more your body will thank you. Now that we know how to prepare eggs properly, let's move to number 2, how to pick them and keep them safe. Because even the best nutrition doesn't matter if your eggs aren't stored and handled the right way. Now let's talk about something just as important as nutrition: safety. Because no matter how healthy a food might be, if it's not stored or prepared correctly, it can do more harm than good. And eggs are no exception. The first step is choosing wisely at the store. Always look for eggs with clean, uncracked shells. A crack may seem harmless, but it can let bacteria slip inside. And don't worry if the shell color is brown or white. That doesn't affect nutrition one bit. It's simply based on the breed of the hen. Once you bring them home, keep your eggs in their original carton in the refrigerator. The carton protects them from absorbing odors from other foods and also keeps them at a stable temperature. And here's something many people don't know: don't wash your eggs before storing them. Washing can remove the natural protective coating that helps keep bacteria out. When it comes time to cook, make sure your eggs are thoroughly done. A runny yolk might be tasty, but for seniors, especially those with weaker immune systems, undercooked eggs can be risky. That's why fully cooked eggs are the safest choice. And if you or someone you love is pregnant, has a chronic illness, or a compromised immune system, pasteurized eggs are a safer option. These eggs are gently heated to kill bacteria, but still raw enough to use in recipes like homemade mayonnaise or Caesar dressing. So remember, fresh, unbroken shells, cold storage, no washing, and thorough cooking. Handle your eggs with the same care you'd give to any valuable food, because when treated properly, they're one of the safest and healthiest choices you can put on your plate. And finally, we've come to number 1. What if you can't eat eggs at all? Don't worry. There are healthy substitutes, and that's exactly what we'll cover next. Now here's the truth. As amazing as eggs are, not everyone can enjoy them. Some people have allergies, others follow a vegan lifestyle, and a few may simply not like the taste. But the good news is, you don't have to miss out on the benefits. There are powerful alternatives that can step in and provide similar nutrition. Let's start with flaxseed and chia seeds. When mixed with water, they form a gel-like texture that works as an egg substitute in baking. Beyond that, they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids and fiber, which are excellent for heart and digestive health. Another option is tofu, especially silken tofu. It blends smoothly into recipes like scrambles, puddings, or even creamy sauces. Tofu is high in protein and contains essential amino acids, making it a strong plant-based stand-in for eggs. If you're looking for a vitamin boost, try nutritional yeast. While it doesn't replace eggs directly, it adds a rich, savory flavor to dishes and provides B vitamins, including B12 in fortified versions, the very nutrient that's so important for energy and nerve health. And don't forget legumes, like chickpea flour. When cooked, it can mimic the texture of scrambled eggs and also deliver plant protein, fiber, and minerals. Here's the key takeaway. Even if eggs aren't on your plate, nature still offers plenty of alternatives that can protect your vision, support your brain, and fuel your body with protein. The trick is to know your options and make the choices that work best for you. So whether you're eating eggs every morning, enjoying them a few times a week, or skipping them altogether, you can still nourish your body with the right foods. And that brings us to the end of this journey through the 14 hidden health benefits of eggs, plus what to do if you can't eat them.